Xbox's biggest competition isn't another console, but TikTok and movies, claim exec by Andy Robinson, VGC. Hey, it's the only Gino, and it's Talk Now, Think Later. Let's look at the friggin' news. Xbox's Matt Booty explains multi-platform push. Xbox's studio boss has claimed Microsoft no longer sees other consoles as its biggest competition. Matt Booty, the president of Xbox Game Content and Studios, discussed the gaming division's multi-platform strategy in an interview with the New York Times, published to coincide with news that Xbox's historical flagship franchise, Halo, is coming to PlayStation for the first time. Commenting on the decision, Booty claimed consumers no longer have a strong attachment to the devices they use to play games. We are all seeking to meet people where they are, he said. Our biggest competition isn't another console. We are competing more and more with everything from TikTok to movies. In the same interview, Booty briefly commented on the 9,000 company layoffs earlier this year, which saw the cancellation of numerous games and the closure of the initiative. Layoffs are difficult, Booty said. They are a part of managing our business. Xbox's multi-platform shift comes as Xbox continues to evolve its business in the wake of lower than expected console sales. PS5 is estimated to have outsold series consoles 2-1, with a continued focus on its Game Pass subscription service at the expense of some traditional premium game sales. Xbox's shift to multi-platform releases started in early 2024 when Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer announced just 4 games from its first-party lineup would be coming to rival platforms, claiming that the ports were not a change to Xbox's fundamental exclusivity strategy. However, since then, the floodgates have opened, the numerous other former Xbox console exclusives making their way over to the PlayStation, including Indiana Jones and The Great Circle, Forza Horizon 5, and Gears of War Reloaded. Earlier this month, Xbox President Sarah Bond called the idea of exclusives antiquated. Ooh. According to a recent Bloomberg report, Microsoft has asked its Xbox division to produce profit margins well above the industry average, putting pressure on executives to cut costs and boost profits. And there is evidence the strategy is working for the Xbox business. Between April and July, 6 of the top 10 best-selling games on PS5 were from Microsoft. Ooh, okay. Microsoft announced company-wide layoffs in July, reportedly resulting in as many as 9,000 people being laid off across all its departments, and multiple projects were canceled, including Rare's Everwild and the initiative's Perfect Dark. The latter studio was also closed. In further unpopular news for fans, Microsoft announced 50% price increase to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate last month. The company has also raised the price of Xbox consoles twice this year. This is good for fans, right? Like, this is good for gamers, right? Not having exclusives on on a console. So, like, not everyone is gonna buy, one console just for that one game or that one killer app or one killer game, right? Yeah, I think it's a good move. It's just better for the fans in this case. It just makes me think about Nintendo, like being a Nintendo boy. There's also some problems with this move of exclusives not being present in in this console. I feel like the example of Xbox and PS5 is very almost of the same nature, but if you think about it, on the Nintendo side, like, part of the exclusives of the Nintendo brand is also the innovation of the stuff that they do. So, like they get to try some new things because hardware is also part of the exclusive experience that they have. Like, for example, the Nintendo DS, right? Like like there's nothing in the market that competes with it. Like with the idea of dual screens, types of like not all of the ports. You can't really port a lot of the games from DS to other things. Even until today, like even today, you need the very popular Chinese handhelds like Anbernic or like Miu or something like that, right? Like you need them to make you some dual screens for us to be able to experience the entirety of the DS library again. And now we're also waiting for the 3D effect of the 3DS, from some hardware for us to be able to get to play, I don't know, like really some of the good 3DS games that required the 3D experience, like Super Mario 3D Land, which actually used the 3D, parallax, the 3D stereoscopic, I guess like visual as an actual gameplay element. So, but that's very specific. So I kind of understand that. So, I'm still all for not having exclusives and just giving more access to people. And this is really important because the more people you can have that gets to experience your games and these pieces of art, right? These experiences, these stories, the more you get loyalty, the more you get the more you get people to love your craft. I mean, hopefully, we're talking about corporations here, but at the end of the day, I'm pro. Hey, everybody gets to experience this thing. I just don't want it, to be at the expense of innovation and restriction. Because now, so is the PS5 gonna be the console where everybody goes to now, and now we are all at the mercy of the PS5, right? Like, so if you think about that, if Nintendo follows suit, then are we gonna get crazy things like Labo? Are we gonna get crazy things like Dragon Drive? Or ARMS. Hey, ARMS was super underrated, I feel. It had some really good ideas, and I did enjoy it at some point. And also, that was a quality game, I feel. Maybe not like a $60 game, but this isn't a review of ARMS. But anyway, yeah. What do you think? Is this a good thing? Exclusives?